Hey guys, what's up? It's AppleCritics from AppleCritics.com. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the hidden features of iOS 14 and basically be showing everything that iOS 14 has to offer that not many people know about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into this video. So the first hidden feature occurs in settings. So once you go into settings, we can scroll all the way down until we see accessibility. And then we scroll all the way down until we see touch. And then we're going to see that we have a new feature that not too many people know. It's called the back tap. So the back tap means you literally tap the back of your iPhone and there's going to be an option to double tap or triple tap, and then it can perform a certain function when you have it enabled. So with the double tap, what we can do is just simply double tap on the back, and then maybe the control center will show up. And then what we can do is choose a triple tap option. So maybe if we do a triple tap, we get a screenshot. So now we can go ahead and work its magic. So if we double tap, you can see control center was just enabled just like that. Now if we do a triple tap, so you can see there was a screenshot just like that. So I can do it again. And I can show you again. So it's just that simple. So this is an amazing feature. I'm surprised Apple implemented it because you would think it's a lot more complex to implement it, but it's just really good to have it now. And I'm going to be using it to trigger the control center. And it's just very simple and there's just like no lag whatsoever. Now next up we have the weather app. So the weather app did actually get some improvements. So in the weather app, you can see that we have just some more animations than normal. So let's say if we go to a place that's raining, we have some more animations. And the most important part of this actual animation is that it tells you the rain for the upcoming hour. So it tells you when there's going to be heavy rain and then lighter periods of rain. So that is very interesting. And this is all through Apple's acquisition of a company called Dark Sky, which they specialize in this. So this is super interesting and it's going to be very useful to have all those options in the weather app. And you can see the high and the low and just a slightly different UI. And if we are to scroll all the way down, you're going to see that there's also an air quality index that they implemented as well within the weather app. So that's very good that they have changed the weather app ever so slightly. Now, another new feature is the ability that we can actually make our own widgets. So in order to make our own widgets, what we can do is actually drag and drop a widget. So we drag this particular stocks widget and can put it on top of the batteries widget. So you can see that's the batteries widget just telling you about your battery percentage. So you can just put it on top and now you can see those two are combined and there's two dots right there. So what that means is I can actually just swipe down and now I can see that there's the batteries right there, and I can just swipe down again and we have the stocks widget there. So you can see we actually combined two widgets and not many people know about that. Next feature occurs in the camera app. So you can see that there's actually a dot right there. So that's really unique, and that dot indicates the camera. So once we go into the control center, it tells you what the green dot is all about, and it tells you the green for video and orange is for the microphone. So when you're in a FaceTime call, you'll see a green and orange dot in the top right, and it's ever so slight when you see it. Now another feature is actually if we go into the settings and then we scroll on down to camera, and then we're going to see that we have some new camera settings. If we go to the camera and then we just go to formats, it'll actually allow you to change from 4K 60 frames to 4K 30 frames per second. And it's just very convenient in that way. So we have all those options. And now if we go into the camera, once we enable the function that allows us to actually change from 4K 60 frames per second to 4K 30 frames per second, we can do that within the actual camera app and no longer in here. So that's a new feature as well. Now there's a new setting in accessibility. And then what we can do once we're in accessibility is just scroll all the way down until we see sound recognition. So it allows you to recognize certain sounds. So it'll recognize whether there is certain alarms. So all these alarms, whether there's an animal, and then household. Let's say if there is a doorbell or door knock, it will tell you. So that has a sound recognition. So all you have to do is turn it on, and then your iPhone will notify you. So this is very, very useful for certain people, and I'm glad that Apple went out of their way to actually address sound recognition for all these different sounds. Now, there is picture-in-picture in iOS 14, and that's one of the new features. So what we can do is just go to a particular video, and then we can just simply tap on this picture-in-picture button, and now you can see that we can just simply move the picture-in-picture part around. So you can see we have that right there, and then we have the option to X out of it. We can go back 15 seconds or go forward 15 seconds, and then we can actually enlarge it as well. So we have that feature. We can also shrink it. So you can see we can shrink, pinch to zoom, and pinch to shrink. So you have that right there. So we have that picture-in-picture, and then we can just simply X out of it. So it's just that simple. Now looking at the control center looks a lot different. It looks a little more crowded now because we have the home settings for your HomeKit, and then you also have your HomePod. So we have the options for your HomePod to configure it within Control Center finally. So this is the default Control Center. Now a new underrated feature of iOS 14 would have to be the Translate app. So not many people are talking about the Translate app, but Apple is making their own rival to Google Translate. It gives you over 11 languages to choose from. So you can translate to all these different languages, and these are the 11. So you can just do English to French, and then we can say, how much for a new car?
Combien pour une nouvelle voiture?
So you can see that it just translated it that quick. So that's very good. We can also favorite it, and we can also use a dictionary, so it'll tell you how to use the word in a sentence and some more context to particular words. And then we can just take a look at the favorites. Then you're going to see that this will be in our favorites once we tap on the favorites right here. So we have that particular phrase in our favorites. Then you can also go into landscape mode, and then you can get some more information about it once you put it in landscape mode. And that's another quick feature. So we can just hit the play.
Combien pour une nouvelle voiture?
And then you can just see that it is working. So that's the Translate app in iOS 14. Now, some more features include the ability to edit widgets. So you can just simply tap and hold on an icon for about 5 seconds. And then all the apps will be in wiggle mode. We can hit that plus button, and then we can tap on weather. And can choose, let's say, for example, this one. We can go ahead and add the widget. And then what we can actually do once we add this particular widget, and once we tap on the widget, you'll see it'll display the weather, but we can actually tap and hold, press edit widget, and then what we can do is just tap on location, and then we can just choose any location. So you can just search a location, let's say for example Paris, and then it'll be right there, so you can just simply tap on it, and then it'll be the location for Paris, so it's just that simple. Once we search for Paris, you're going to see it'll be there, so we can easily edit that widget, so it's just that simple. So hopefully you thoroughly enjoyed this video on all of the different secret hidden features for iOS 14. If you did, be sure to smash that like button. Also be sure to hit that subscribe button as it helps me out a lot. And be sure to check out all the other videos on my channel. Be sure to follow me on all the social media platforms of Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And my username there is AppleCritics. And be sure to subscribe for more great content. And thanks for watching.